Today we have a couple of genuine card experts that were such great card experts that basically there was film, right? This isn't video. This isn't like a talk show, right? This is filmed footage of these guys doing this stuff and they were promo things, but these were the best card guys at the time doing some of the most wonderful card moves that you can do in an expose fashion to show that they were just basically badasses with cards, right? So
exactly.
Let's do this one. Let's go to this first one. This guy was actually the first, I think, probably the only, if not one of maybe a handful of he was the house magician at the Magic Castle when they opened. He was that good that they just said, you know, you just need to be the ambassador for the Magic Castle, until they started bringing in talent and doing the whole thing, and you know, it became what we know the Magic Castle as now. But Jay Ose was such a likable guy that they chose him to be the house magician of the Magic Castle. That's pretty wonderful. So let's get into this. We have the Jay Ose cut is pretty great, right? Let's see. Let's do this. Let's watch Jay Ose here, the Cincinnati Kid. You can see this?
Because magician and one-time gambler Jay Ose was hired as technical advisor to teach the intricacies of poker playing to Miss Joan Blondell, and later to the other stars in the film, Steve McQueen, Edward G. Robinson, Anne Margaret, Carl Malden, and Tuesday Weld.
Now it's important that you use the proper grip in holding these cards. So hold them in your left hand like this.
I love the way
that's right. Now, your thumb is in this position, deals one card to Edward G., the next card to Steve McQueen. Then your hands turn up like this, and you turn the next card face up. That's right. And the next card face up. Now you dealt them honestly. But if you were to deal them dishonestly, it would look exactly the same way.
It would?
Mm-hmm.
Show me.
I'll put all the black ones over here together, and all the reds I will turn face down. Now watch this very closely. The cards go in like this. They're pushed right through and pulled out this end. Now you are ready for the second shuffle. This is just the opposite, but it looks as though they actually go right in there.
Are those foil cards?
Now the cut. Watch this cut. Yet, they are right back as they were, the blacks and the reds. Now, Joan, I want to show you something about card control. I'll use this ace of spades to demonstrate. I'll place the ace of spades on top of the deck. And this type of a shuffle is known as the overhand shuffle. Now, with all this shuffling, I still have the ace of spades on top of the deck. Now, if I wanted to deal that ace of spades to myself, this is the way I would do it. I would deal to you first, and then to myself. Now, you see, I have the ace of spades. Now, I'm going to show you how I did that. I'll take the second card out like this, and you can see the second card coming out. And the ace of spades stays right where it is, on top of the deck.
So good.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to do a little card trick for you, Joan. Using some of the methods that I've just shown you. See? Would you select any card from in here? And don't let me see it. I'll turn around. Just show it to the viewing audience.
Got it.
All right, now put it down in front of you, face down, and put 3 fingerprints in the center of the card. And now, put the card back into the deck. See if you can catch what I'm doing. I have already controlled your card somewhere near the top. Now I can say definitely that's not the card. This isn't the card. This is the card right here. Am I correct?
No.
This is not the card. What was your card?
5 of clubs.
That's what I said. The 5 of clubs.
Between scenes.
You know, Jay Ose is a guy you hear a lot about, you know, and then to actually be able to see him, then that looked a little grainy there, but when you watch it online, it's much better.
Yeah, I had it pretty big when we're blowing that up. It's gonna, it's gonna.
I mean, when he's doing those seconds, man, you're just like, it's pretty strong.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the kind of thing I love. I love the way he talks. Now, see, look at the cards here. See, I love that.
And that horn music's going the whole time.
Oh, yeah.
It's the time, right? It's the time. He's that guy.
It's so great. It's
and that double lift was crazy, huh? That's definitely like an old school double lift that he's doing, right?
He's just like, I mean, it's just pretty awesome stuff.
On the inside and like doing this thing, right?
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy, man.
It is pretty crazy, actually, isn't it?
Yeah, it's old school. Definitely an old school thing. Wow. Yeah, I love it. And there really wasn't much stuff that was published by Jay. Like, he had that cut. Those, you know, it was mentioned earlier in the chat. That JOC cut is, if you don't know about the JOC cut, it's really one of the great false cuts, because it shouldn't work, right? Go look in the back room, go check it out. It's pretty wonderful thing. We definitely have discussed it a few times in the community. But yeah, I mean, he was just a performer. He was a guy that performed all the great tricks, and as you can see, he was a likable guy, working with stars, right? Wonderful. Yeah.
How great would it be to like just sit at a table with a guy like you know, with him, or who do we have coming next? That's really the one, I think.
Yeah, that's the one I'd want to sit at the table with.
Yeah, that's the one I'd really want to sit at the table with.
Let me see. Let's get this one queued up here, and let's get yeah, this one is, yeah, this is great. All right, let me share the screen here. We'll get some audio, and let's go.
Uh-oh, don't end the meeting.
Yeah, no, I think it's trying to kick me out. There's some weirdness that's going on there. Let me make this big here. You can see it there.
Yeah.
All that dialogue box, so we're in. All right, let's do this thing.
There's a ripple in the force today.
John Scarne, the great John Scarne.
Oh.
Gambling could cost you money, especially when it's crooked. Fours of a kind are powerful hands in poker, but they always lose to a royal flush. And the royal flush in this case is held by John Scarne, America's leading exposer of dishonest gambling. Like an athlete, Scarne keeps in training, but all his skill lies in his fingers and finesse. He's mastered every card. 13 spades remain on the top of the deck. Now you can watch in slow motion. Once more, the 13 spades are on the top of the deck, just where he wants them to be when he's through shuffling. As the cards merge, it looks on the level. But notice what happens now. The cards are pulled through and come out on the other side exactly as they went in. This is called the pull-through. It can easily be mastered, and it looks exactly like the real thing, as though there really was an honest shuffle. Of course, we know it wasn't honest at all, thanks to the camera. Plus the fact that 13 spades that went in at the top just shouldn't come out the same way. Here again, you see that pull-through shuffle. It looks honest, but it should warn you not to play with total strangers. Another trick of the card shark. He takes the 4-8s, puts them on top of the deck, and cuts the cards. When he deals, there are the 4-8s, which should have been in the middle of the pack. To show you how smooth he is, Scarne does it again, this time with the 8s face up.
That is such a slick move.
Let's watch this in slow motion. The 4-8s go on top of the deck. Then notice that as he draws out the bottom half of the deck, his fingers spread to put the top supposedly on the bottom. But wait a minute. This means that there was never really a change at all. The cut took place all right, but the cards were switched right back to where they started. Gamblers call this illegal sleight of hand cut switching. It is an extra fine method of cheating, used when a card sharp is not working with an accomplice and has to rely on his own ingenuity. Another thing to guard against is the lone crook who deals from the bottom. First, he stacks the deck to put the cards he wants on the bottom. Then he deals out the hands, dealing only to himself from the bottom and giving himself the 4 big aces, of course. Looking up through a glass top table, we can see how it's done. Notice again that he uses just half of the deck. According to Scarne, this is a tip-off to this cheating maneuver. This is not to say that highly trained card sharps can't deal from the bottom with an entire deck. It's just that a half pack makes it easier. When the deck is thin, it's almost impossible to detect bottom dealing. When a crook has 4 hidden aces, you're in trouble. Now, with all the cards spread out, here is an example of cheating that requires the ultimate in card manipulation. John places 4 aces at random into the open deck. Then, by using every trick that you've seen and even some more that you haven't, he'll bring those aces out where he wants them. By pull-through shuffling, switch cutting, and second card and bottom card dealing, they all fall into place. Did you want the ace of clubs? How about the ace of diamonds? The ace of hearts? Did you get all those straight? Well, as usual, you were wrong. There's a fancy word for this. It's called prestidigitation. Once again, using the same simple fundamentals of... Don't bet on what you thought you saw. Now let's assume that Scarne is dealing stud or blackjack and has a queen up and a deuce in the hole. Did we say a deuce? A slow motion close-up allows you to observe what is much too quick for the unaided eye. The queen is being flipped into the palm. Scarne has the other hole card under his palm, and it takes just a fraction of a second to exchange them. A deuce is not a deuce, nor is a queen, as long as Scarne can get his hand over the hole card for the allotted moment of time. Since it's common practice to put your hand over the hole card switch can be used at will by the clever cheater. The moral of this cannot be emphasized enough. Never gamble at cards unless you know at least one of the players and can be sure that the game is honest. With long and constant practice, anyone can master these tricks. You must remember that some people use them to cheat. Let's go back to where we started, with a crooked dealer in the game of poker. Late in the game, the card sharp deals and everyone gets a tremendous fighting hand. But he deals himself an overwhelming royal flush, and his victims might just as well throw their money away. Don't let yourself get into a gentleman's game of chance. You might not run into an honest card sharp like John Scarne.
Wow.
I know, right? How many Scarne books do you have? I have like 5 of them.
I think I just have 2 of them.
I don't think I ever actually saw that clip before of him doing it.
I've never seen that clip before.
Never seen it.
Awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Whoa.
It seems like there was a lot more casual card playing back in the day.
Well, yeah. They didn't have streaming services, no internet.
I guess so. TV was like this big.
Right. It was. Right. That would have made that a quality production. If you were only watching that big, that would have been like crystal clear, right?
I mean, to be in that era and have a video like that, you're a big star.